Let me ask you something. Just think back to the past month when you wanted to try something new. Could be a recipe, could be trying out a new supplement. You went on AI, you asked it a question, and then it gave you a list, comprehensive list of pros and cons. You read through it, considered it, but still you didn't act just yet. Next, you probably went onto the social media platform of your choice. You look through and you stumble upon your favorite influencer. And coincidentally, today she's talking about the exact thing that you've been looking for. You've been looking to try this new supplement, and she says that, oh my God, guys, ever since I tried this supplement, it changed my life. And then at that moment, you're sold. Ask yourself, why do you behave the way you behave? Because these decisions happen every day across the board, across different sectors. When you're making health decisions, finance decisions, where you're going to live, how your house is going to look like, what electricity you're going to put in your house, all these decisions are influenced first now in this day and age by AI research, and then soon after going to look for a human reference. Understanding why this happens is the difference between the organizations that survive in the era of AI and the ones that fizzle out. My name is Stella Njogo, and I am the founder of Strategy Shepherds. We are a Pan-African influence strategy firm. For 12 years, I've worked with both regional and international organizations to position them and to help them build the influence that they deserve. And today I want to show you why people behave the way they do and how you can tap into this behavior to improve your organizational positioning and to future-proof yourself. So something really interesting is happening in Nairobi. Women have now put Ozempic as one of their financial goals. Yes, you heard me. In the same way that people make plans for school fees, for vacation, for a new car, women are also adding Ozempic as a financial goal because of the influx of influencers who have been documenting their journeys losing weight, and it seems like the next best shortcut for losing weight. This continues to happen even despite the fact that the National Medical Board, the Kenyan Medical Board, put out a notice saying that influencers should stop promoting Ozempic because it is harmful. But did they stop? Let's go to another sector. Climate scientists have over 40 years of data. Yes, 40 years of data that prove that the planet is actually in crisis. However, these days they are dealing with this battalion that claims that climate change is a scam. And these are people who discovered this conversation last Tuesday. They have exactly 2 days worth of TikTok videos that they've watched, and they are convinced that climate change is a scam. So we see this huge disparity between expert believability and the influence of the familiar faces that we see online. And it uncovers a trend that I would love to explore, and it's that humans trust human faces more than they trust facts. So there are 3 main reasons why humans trust faces more than they trust facts. And here they are. 1, a face signals accountability, idea, a mission. When you decide to speak about something and lend your face and your voice to it, it means that you have taken accountability for it. You have decided that this is something that is worth putting your face and voice behind it. And this subtle signal registers in our minds as accountability. When the influencer documents her journey through Ozempic or documents her journey getting a BBL, that reads as authentic, that reads as evidence, and that's something that AI can never do. AI will present a bunch of facts, but AI doesn't have skin in the game, and that's where influencers become powerful, because they are humans who lend their faces and their voices to certain ideas, and when they do this, it heavily skews people's tendency to choose the things that influencers recommend. So the second reason that humans would choose a face over facts is that faces feel familiar. And this familiarity beats evidence every single time. There's an interesting concept in social psychology called the mere exposure effect. And it says that the more exposed you are to someone, the more you see them, the closer you feel to them, and the more you feel that you know them. This is the underlying truth behind what we're now calling the parasocial relationships. When you watch someone, could be a celebrity, could be an influencer, when you feel like you've been with them through all of their life stages, you've seen them from the time they graduated, got their first job, got into their first apartment, you saw them getting married, you feel this familiarity in the same way that you feel familiarity with people who are your actual neighbors in real life, or people who you have grown up with. This familiarity breeds a form of trust that is very hard to replicate, because when you show up consistently, when people see your face consistently, they begin to trust you because it means that you are part of their life. Your face occupies a space in their mind now, and they associate your face with trust and familiarity. So how does your organization do this? So what you need to do is put a face to your expertise, accountable. And then once you put a face to your expertise, secondly, you need to have that face show up consistently. You'll get people to trust you, and in no time you'll become the go-to authority. In my 12 years of doing this influence work, I have never once met a company that struggles with influence because they have bad ideas. It's usually because they have not found a way to humanize their work and to humanize their ideas in a way that connects with people. Once humans buy other humans before they buy a product or service or idea. Now, for the third reason why humans trust faces over facts is the most powerful reason. And it's the idea that stories can bypass your analytical brain. So this is what happens when someone begins to tell you a story. You sit into your chair, you relax, and then you listen. And in that act of sitting down, sinking in to listen to the story, you shut the part of your brain that is analytical down. Then the facts don't matter anymore. As long as the story is compelling, as long as the story is actually now coming from a face that you know to be familiar and a face that you know to be accountable, then you will take what they say as truth, or at least you will be leaning towards believing them. Now imagine how powerful it would be if every organization had this three trifecta: a face that shows accountability, a face that is frequent enough that people feel familiar with it, and a face that tells stories that bypass their analytical mind. Even if you're communicating facts and truths and things that would eventually benefit people, if you don't package it in the three ways, it just won't land. But when you understand human psychology, you begin to look at how your organization would build more influence in the world. And this is the work that we do at Strategy Shepherds. We help you see that the new competitive advantage in the age of AI is influence. Because if the world is full of AI content slop, or is full of half-baked truth from influencers or from people who have more confidence and experience, then what actually makes you stand out and gives you an edge that AI could never give you is when you truly build influence. And we have a signature framework that I'll leave you with, and that will form the basis of everything that I speak about on this channel. So we have this influence triangle as our key method, and it takes you through three elements of building lasting authority in the market. So 1, build authority, and then 2, build trust networks, and 3, you need to build an agenda. The authority is, why should we listen to you? What is the thing that you are most qualified to tell us? And it's not just about credentials, it's why does your life story and your particular point of view or your particular credentials, why is the mix of all that you are the perfect mix that makes you worth listening to? Once you're clear on why we should listen to you or what your authority actually is, the next critical part is building trust networks. So these are people who love your ideas, buy into your ideas, and understand where you're coming from, and they support you and they root for you. And then the third and even most critical thing that people usually forget once they set their authority or define their authority and then begin to build trust networks is that they forget to plug into the larger conversations. And that's what we mean by agenda setting. When you are clear about who you are and why you're worth listening to, and you begin to influence a few people, you need to now go back and plug into the larger conversations that are happening in either your region, your sector, your country, or even the world as a whole. You need to set a clear agenda in that when I show up to this conversation, when I show up to these spaces, this is my point of view. This is the new angle that I'm bringing to this conversation. This is the value I am adding to this larger societal conversation. When you nail the three, authority, trust networks, and agenda setting, then you are building influence. So if you have found value in this, please follow, share, and like. Particularly share with your team members who you feel need to shake up how you do things. If you have found value in this channel, please follow and subscribe, because I have so much good stuff in store for you. I set up this YouTube channel to share with people that the real AI gold rush is not even in building the tech, because you can build the tech. Everybody's building something with AI. Everybody's automating with AI. But the real differentiator will come when you build the ultimate competitive advantage, which is gaining influence, because influence is not handed to you. You need to earn influence, and you need to build it properly. And the influence triangle is how you get started. If you're curious on how to get started, there's going to be a link to a quiz that you can take that will help you understand what you can begin improving from tomorrow. Stick around. We'll have much more amazing content for you. So see you in the next one. Bye.